Hello and welcome back to my shack. Hallo und willkommen zurück in meinem Shack. Some friends of me call me that I make a little video and explain the equipment of my shack and the software. Ja, einige Freunde haben mich doch gebeten, das Equipment und die Software von meinem Shack doch vielleicht auch mal in einem Video darzustellen. Besonders wollen sie halt so diese kleinen Toys sehen. The small toys are, I think, interesting for the people and how the software works. And okay, you ask me about it, and I will do that. And I hope I will not bore you with my shack. You all have our own shack, and I think they are also interesting. Ja, also ich hoffe, ich langweilig euch damit nicht. Das war ein Wunsch aber von einigen Freunden und deswegen mache ich das Video. Also ihr habt alle bestimmt geile Shacks, deswegen ich will da jetzt nicht hier, wie gesagt, euch da damit langweilig. Aber es war ein Wunsch, also damit mache ich es. So, also, okay. For the beginning, here in my shack I will explain the hardware. This is IC 821 for Micom for 2 meters and 70 centimeters. I use this only. The SM20 desktop microphone I use on this transceiver. Then I have for shortwave the Kenwood TS590 Sierra Golf connected to a SDR receiver, the SDR Play. You can exactly show how that works in one of my other videos. Then I use here the MC60 microphone, but on a desk stand, not on the original mounting blade. The problem with the original desk stand, or like this on the MC60 microphone, is that on the lower bands, 40, 80 meters and 160 meters, the stand from the MC60 have without any modifications problem with HF. You have very often a HF in your modulation when you have a little bit higher output power than 100 watts on the and also I need a space here on my table, and that's why I buy a cheap Japanese microphone stand and put on my MC60 microphone on this. I switch them with the Hallo switch to transmitting, or sometimes I have also a food switch what I use for transmitting. And the MC60 has a great sound. I get many often reports that I have a great audio, and that's why I don't want to sell the MC60 and switch to other microphone. It works great. I see nothing to change at the moment. Then sometimes I use the Hallo headset in a Pro, nothing special. Then I have here a Kenwood transceiver, Kenwood TMD 710 Golf and also TM 710 Golf. And let me start the shack. The important button here on the shack is this my remote button for the shack. With this button I turn on the power supply for the shack. What I use. With the second button I activate the power supply for the 2 meter systems. Then I have a macro to start my shack. I'm not interested to start 20 programs every day and close 20 programs every day. That's why I use a macro or a batch data what I have written. And this batch data start here my shack. At the moment you cannot nothing see on the SDR because I have here 2 antenna switches. There are my antenna connected. Here is the link to the antennas or to the dummy load. I can put the transceiver with the amplifier to the dummy load or to the antenna. And when I go in the bed or when I don't work in the shack, I put them to the calm position. And the antennas on the transceiver are grounded, and there are lightning protection inside of the switches, and this is the basic when I left the house. When I turn on the antenna switches, you can see here my SDR. They bring up the signals here, and this is link it to the transceiver, and then I can work with this. Yeah, but you can show this in another video. Yeah. This is for the first. On the other side, here I have my Dressler Aladdin amplifier. My Dressler Aladdin amplifier. There's a handmade amplifier from an operator here from Germany, here from the near the Bodensee. You also can Google about the Dressler amplifiers. Then this is a second computer. The most people think I have a computer with all these monitors running, but this is not correct. I have a big computer that can handle 8 monitors, but I'm using SLE for faster operation, 2 cards parallel. And these cards can only run in SLE when you not use more than 4 monitors. That's why I use on the main computer 1, 2, 3, 4 monitor for the importance software. And this small monitor and this 15-inch monitor are linked to a second computer, which is here behind. It's an old barebone, or I think barebone computer, where it's running a second computer. And but I can control all with one mouse. I have a special software. It's called Mouse Without Borders, and then I can with this computer here also control this computer, or can here switch to this upper a small 8-inch monitor, and can control here this transceiver when I have on 2 meters some signals. But it's with the software. I use this when this computer is running. I control with a special link software, Mouse Without Border. This computer also, and I don't need a second mouse and tastature. I don't like it. I like it fast. Yeah. I also have built up a box for this 821 to visualize here with a second SDR. This box you can see also in a second video, self-made switch box for SDR, also video for me. And yeah, this is the amplifier. This is my Daiwa SVR and power meter I'm using on the dummy load and on the antennas. And yeah, this was for the beginning, the explanation. Then I have here some boxes on my transceiver. This is the power. This is the battery, the backup battery with 100 amps, ampere hours. When here is trouble with the power, when here's an energy fail, then I can turn on the battery mode, and I also load with this switch the battery with the power supply from the shack. Here I can see the power from the shack battery. When you can see when I turn off the power supply for the shack with my remote, you can see that. Here I can also see the battery power, 12.7 volts, and when I turn, at the moment we are running in battery mode. When I turn on the power supply again, you see the 13.6 volts, and I also load the battery with this power supply. This is the temperature, 3 centimeters of the tube inside of my tube amplifier. I measure the temperature. It's 3 centimeters, only 3 centimeters. Or maybe 4 or 5, but not more centimeters from the tube on the air exhaust. I measure the temperature of my tube amplifier, and on the other side here I have a voltage display for the power supply from the 2 meter PA. I have under the table a 250 watts amplifier for the 2 meter system. This is the temperature of the MOSFET PR under the table for 2 meters. And normally I turn off the amplifier for 2 meter when I don't use it, because it's make noise in the background, and I don't need this. Yes. And these here are the main functions. I say this is here is running my RPS beacon, and here are a direct frequency for my club, and here 2 repeater here in the near. I have the X500 and the X300 on the roof also for FM, and here are 8-element Yagi for 2 meter and 70 centimeters under my hex beam. Then I have a hex beam on the roof from 6 to 20 meters, and I have a 10 meter vertical dipole Sometimes it's very useful to looking for signals with a vertical dipole. Then I have a window. They work from 10 to 80 meters, and I also have a rotary dipole between my 2-meter Yagi and my hex beam. A rotary dipole for 40 meters, single band rotary dipole. That's the antenna system here. Not more, but it's enough for me, I think. Then here I say the Dressler Aladdin amplifier. This is my eView software. This is RPRS software where I see in real time which stations here around. I can chat with the station. I can write messages to the stations and bring them up to their transceiver or their RPRS system. But my Bakun, my RPRS Bakun I send with the Kenwood transceiver. That I only send the Bakun when I'm in the shack. I only make a HF when I'm in the shack, and this is correct here with the German law. And well, that's it. Yeah, the software, I will explain the software a little bit later. Before I will explain you what this little box here is. Some other friends from me call me, what is this little box? This box is between my microphone and my transceiver. And this box I never will miss. Is a very good tuning kit for tube amplifiers, for soft tuning tube amplifiers. I will let you explain how it works, but before I have to move a little bit the camera. I have to move the camera to my amplifier and to this box and to the SVR meter, that you can see in the detail what this box do. Give me a moment. Okay, I hope you see all what I make, and I hope I'm not in the picture. Okay, let me explain this box. The most people tune the PA with FM signals or with a single tone. This box can also single tone like CV. This is this position, or they can a dual tone like the EIU, what the EIU say, what we have to use. But this box have a special tuning position, is called SSB tuning, and this position allow you to tune. You make with this signal amplitude. Amplitude you will generate, but this amplitude is cutted. You have not a complete you have a complete amplitude, but it's cutted. Okay, what is the difference between when I use a dual tone and a single tone, or the SSB tuning tone? Let me put the antenna switch to my dummy load and turn on my amplifier. You see here my Diva SVR meter, and see here the power on the amplifier. You will see at the next moment, and I will turn my transceiver at the moment to 5 watts. Then I will go to transmitting with 5 watts and dual tone, and you will see I have to tune. Wait a moment. I will put the range to 200 watts. I go to dual tune, then I will fine tune with the 5 watts. Let's give them a little bit more than 5 watts. I will give them 10 watts. Okay, I give them 10 watts. Then I will here tune with a dual tone, and you see in the PEP at the moment the output is around 80 watts at the moment with a dual tone. When I do the same with the SSB tone, you remember I make a PEP PAP. When I make this with the dual tone, I also have 80 to 90 watts, a little bit more peak. But the output is really similar, it's really the same between the dual tone and the SSB tone when I do that on PAP. But let us show to the average. When I tune the average with a dual tone, when I tune the average with a dual tone, you will see I have an average around 50 to 55 watts. But when I do the same with the SSB function, with this cutted sinus wave, the output is only around 10 to 20 watts. The average in this SSB mode is much softer than in the dual or single tone. It's for the tube very relaxed. You can take all time you need for tune this amplifier. Okay, I bring it back. You will see 65 watts, and I tune with PEP. In the PEP, I see the PEP, but in the average, the power is more slower than in the dual tone, and that is why I can very soft and relaxed tune my amplifier. When I bring up my transceiver to maximum power, I never will tune this amplifier very relaxed in a dual tone. This is stress for the tube. It's very, very stress for the tube when I bring up the amplifier to tune the amplifier with a dual tone. I will explain you what happens. I tune my Kenwood TS590 to maximum output, and I don't use a dual or a single tone. I use the SSB tone. Yes? I will put them on, and you see the output. The PEP output, let me be a little bit tune. The PEP output at the moment is a little bit. Let me a little bit play here. The PRP output here on the amplifier is in the peak 1.5 watts. At the moment I make 1.5 kilowatts output when I use the SSB. But let me turn off again and go to average. But when I use this tone to tune the amplifier, in the average I have at the moment the output already in the peak. You have seen we do 1.5 kilowatts, but in the average with this tuning tone, the amplifier the PA not really make in the average more than 100 watts, and that is very, very relaxed to tune, and that's why I love this little box. This is also a Dressler tuning box, and it costs around 100 euro, but the lifetime of your tube amplifier will much longer with this tuning kit. Okay, I hope the explanation was interesting for you. Für meine deutschen Freunde, ne, ich glaube, ihr habt das jetzt gesehen, das Video, und ich glaube, ihr habt auch verstanden, was diese Box macht. Sie macht einen Sinuston, der mehrfach gecuttet ist, und das bedeutet, wenn man auf PEP abstimmt, sieht man da keinen Unterschied zwischen Dualton und dieser SSB-Einstellung, aber in der Realität ist ganz einfach so, ich stimme halt die PA mit viel, viel weniger Leistung ab, wie wenn ich da mit dem Dualton drauf gehe oder pfeife. Ne? Übrigens, diese Abstimmerei habe ich natürlich am Dummy-Load gemacht, nicht an der Antenne. Ich habe jetzt keine 1,5 kW HF über die Antenne rausgehauen, sondern über meinen Dummy-Load. Ja. Okay, then I will explain you a little bit more, and I will go to the software. And if you're interested, I will explain you a little bit more my software. Okay, you see that I use the SDR below. My SDR, how it works, you can see. That's why I will not talk. Over the SDR. I only will talk over the software. Okay. Yeah, when my shack is start up, let me bring up the transceiver power from 80 watts or 100 watts to a normal output what I use with the amplifier. And okay, with the software you can see how it works. The HD-SDR is linked to the Ham Radio Deluxe. The Ham Radio Deluxe also has here the rotary software, where I can manually change the antenna in which direction I ever want. Then I have here audio monitor. I have a 30-day solar cycle. I see the solar cycle, and I see the last 20 or 30 years the solar cycle. The most time I'm looking here for the audio monitor. Then here's my logbook and the cluster also, and on the right side I have here a world time map with the actual time around the world. ham radio QRZ.com, then the vocab website where I can calculate the best time for working which country, and sometimes the DK submit are running here also. Then here is my logbook and the cluster, and I have a XML subscription for QRZ.com. That's why I can put in here a call sign, and I get the information automatic from QRZ.com here. Then I can go on the log button and they bring me all important information, also the bearing for the rotator. And when I put on this button, the rotator will move to the direction where the station is what I put in the call sign. When I put in the call sign from K1NN or other people, then I also get a direction for the rotor, and then can I press here on this button, and the rotor will moving on the direction where this people live. Then I also have a link to LO2V. I can here mark some QSOs when I fish on the evening, and then I can say fail load to LOTV or load up to LOTV. That's how I have to do manually, but I also can the EQSL upload is an automatic upload, HDR log is an automatic upload, club log I also have to upload manually. But normally on the evening when I finished my ham radio doing, I load up all my QSO to ham radio deluxe, to LOTV. And a little bit later, when you show on QRZ.com and you go on my logbook page, and I go on my logbook, I have here the function settings, and then I can download from LO2V the actual log. I don't have to upload ADI files to QRZ.com. All what I do is 1 or 2 times in the week I download from LO2V der QSO, was I upload bevor. Also wie gesagt, ich habe hier links die Rotorsteuerung, dann zieht er sich ja automatisch, wenn ich ein Rufzeichen raushole, eingebe, automatisch über eine XLM-Abo bei QRZ.com mir die ganzen Daten und sagt mir dann auch, wo der Rotor sich hindrehen muss. Da drücke ich einfach nur auf den Knopf, dann dreht sich der Rotor dorthin. Das gleiche ist, ich kann auch hergehen und hier dann abends die QSOs markieren, die ich hatte. Zum HDR-Log lädt er automatisch direkt nach jedem QSO hoch. Die habe ich dann in QRZ.com in meinem Profil unten drin bei LOTW. Das muss man dann manuell machen. Da muss man dann hergehen und sagen, File LOTW Upload. Das mache ich dann abends, wenn ich fertig bin mit dem Funkbetrieb. Dann lädt er das in LOTW hoch. Und in QRZ.com ist zum Beispiel so eine Schnittstelle drin. Da kann ich zum Beispiel 1-2 Mal die Woche hier draufdrücken und sagen, lad bitte alle QSOs. Und die habe ich ja vorher hochgeladen vom LOTW runter und lade sie auch in QRZ.com rein. Sprich, ich muss dann nicht nochmal extra für mein Logbuch hier in QRZ.com nochmal alles irgendwie mit einem ADI-File. Da drücke ich nur auf den Knopf und das kommt dann von alleine runter. Das ist natürlich sehr praktisch. Ne? Dann habe ich hier noch eine Weltzeitkarte, dann vocab, damit kann man so ausrechnen, wann man zu welcher Zeit, zu welchem Land am besten kommt. Man kann auch sagen, mit welchen Antennen. Da läuft da meistens noch das Cluster mit. Und das ist so die Software, die ich noch dazu benutze. Wie gesagt, EQSL und etc. wird auch hier automatisch hochgeladen. Ist eigentlich eine ganz praktische Geschichte. Hier ist nochmal ein Cluster drin. Ja, und das ist eigentlich schon das Ganze hier. So viel speziell ist das gar nicht, aber wie gesagt, viele wollten gern wissen, wie denn der Shack so aufgebaut ist. Wie gesagt, also was halt sehr bequem ist, ist diese Automatisierung. Diese Automatisierung ist halt absolut bequem, wenn man da diese ganzen Logbuchgeschichten automatisch hochlädt und muss sich da nicht irgendwie den Kopf drüber machen, wie da was wo, und also gerade wenn man dann hier wenn man dann nicht 50 ADIS-File auf verschiedene Logbücher hochladen will. Yeah, it's very useful when you have a LOTV account and you upload on the evening your QSO, then you can next morning you can load it down in your QRZ.com profile, and you see also I have the QRZ.com subscription. What also is interesting is when you have a Google Earth running. Let me let me switch the antenna to the transceiver. What also is interesting, when you have Google Earth on your computer, also interesting is this is also linked to HD-SDR. When I hear N1mm, when I have N1mm and I'm interested where they live, I can press here this button also. Then automatic open Google Earth, and they move to the place where to the coordinates what is put in current.com. If they have standard coordinates, you only go in the middle of the country. If they have correct data in current.com, you can go and zoom on the house of these people. That's a very cool feature also. The Google Earth interface with ham radio deluxe, and that's very cool. And normally, when I sit here on my transceiver, let's switch to 40 meters. It's time for 40 meters, for 20 meters. Sorry. And yeah, normally when you work here, then I have a signal here, and I can. 5 Bravo 4 Alpha Italy Fox. You see, this is real-time club station. The name is Norman. Then I can open it. I have it working sometimes. I see it in the logbook. I have worked it 3 times before. Here I can see use LOTV, and I also can turn in the rotator in this direction. And if I want, I can also bring up the Google Earth, and when I'm interested what he has in current.com, I can also open here current.com and watch what you do. That's why I have so many monitors. I don't like switching. I like it easy. I like easy, and I like it easy, and that's why I have so many monitors. Yeah, and yes, that is the little presentation here of my shack. Here in the back there are little speakers for the transceivers. Here I use the SP33 with the Panamena audio upgrade kit for this speaker. It's for shortwave, and for all other units I use the same speaker here in the background, that they have the same audio style. I don't like it if the one transceiver have too many high, the other transceiver have too many bass inside, and that's why I use for this and this and these channels and for this computer all the same speaker here in the background fixed. Yes, und this was the little presentation. Ja, das war die kleine Präsentation. Ich denke auch, das, was ich hier alles erklärt habe, dass ich im Endeffekt hier, wenn ich die Station anklicke, den Rotor direkt hindrehen kann, dass ich, wenn ich da anklicke und ja die Daten bei current.com korrekt drin habe, ich dann über Google Earth direkt auf ihn drauf zoomen kann und so. Ich glaube, das haben auch die deutschen Operator verstanden. Entschuldigung, dass das die meiste Zeit jetzt doch auf Englisch war, aber wenn doch irgendeiner von meinen deutschen Freunden Fragen hat, schreibt mir eine E-Mail. Euch habe ich viel leichter zum Antworten, weil mir die deutsche Sprache dann halt doch ein bisschen besser liegt wie die englische Sprache. Da ist es dann nicht so schlimm, wenn ihr da mal eine E-Mail schickt oder Fragen habt, und ihr seid ja auch jederzeit willkommen. Und ja, auch an dieser Stelle, wenn es euch interessiert, was ich mag oder was mir gut tut oder mit mir Gefallen machen kann, ich mag lieblichen Rotwein und Single Malt Whisky. Okay, this was the presentation of my shack. It was a wish of the wish of some operators from me, and you can also show the video about the box for the 2-meter monitor, or for the explanation how it works, the transceiver with the external SDR. You can show it all in my other videos. I hope this presentation bored you. It wasn't boring for you. Ich hoffe, diese Präsentation für euch nicht langweilig, genau. And I like single malt whiskey and wine. If you're interested, what are my favorites? And yeah, thank you for watching this video. It was only the explanation of my shack, and I hope it was interesting. If you have any question, write me a mail. But I think the most of the video was in English, and I think it was okay. And I hope I have nothing forgotten. Okay, here in the background is my solar panel. It's my solar charger for the backup battery. It's parallel to the power supply. And this is a water pedal, but these are microphones. And I think you all know what here is in this shack. And next time I will make a HD video when I'm doing ham radio for my car. I have a Kenwood TS480 in my car with two single band shortwave antennas inside, and then I will show you how this works and where the transceiver are and how I make my logbook in the car. And other video I also will do next time when I with my KX3 and PX3. When I doing next time SOTA, I also will put the camera and the camera with me and will make some videos in real conditions and not here on the table. SOTA equipment, it's not funny when it's here on the table, and my car equipment, it's not really funny when we don't do real conditions and in real environment. Ja, danke, ich hoffe, das Video hat euch gefallen. Im nächsten Video werde ich nochmal beim SOTA die HD-Kamera und das Stativ mitnehmen. Ich werde dann tatsächlich mal mit dem KX3 und dem PX3 mein SOTA-Equipment euch vorstellen unter echten Bedingungen. Auch hier dann die Erklärung, wieso ich das benutze, warum ich einen Sidecar dran habe und wie ich mein Logbuch da mache aus dem Auto, und auch das Auto-Setup will ich vorstellen. Und ja, ihr müsst nicht gucken, ich hoffe, ich habe euch nicht gelangweilt, aber die einen oder anderen ist jetzt doch. Dann sage ich nochmal danke fürs Zuhören. Thank you for watching my video. Danke fürs Zuschauen und ja, 73 von Delta Kilowatt 6 Mexiko Papa oder Delta Kilo 6 Mike Papa, dem Carsten. Peace, bleibt gesund und bis bald. 73.